Hello and welcome to another video from Millennium 3 Educational Solutions. This is the third video in the Working with Microsoft Access series. Note, we assume you have already created a database and have one or more tables created. If you need information on creating an Access database, please watch our first video, Creating a Database. Open your Access database. We are building on our Working with Access from Lecture 2. Where we imported an Excel spreadsheet and created a table called Orders. Looking at the data in Orders, notice we have suppliers that have the same name. We call this data redundancy. According to teachict.com, data redundancy in a database means that the same data is present in more than one table. Or in the case of a flat file database, there are records with partly duplicated data. Source: teachict.com/glossary/d/data_redundancy.htm. In this example, we have one table with all the data. This is considered a flat file database. Access is known as a relational database. A relational database is a database consisting of more than one table. The tables are linked together via a relationship between the primary key of one table and the foreign key of another table. Relational databases reduce the chance of update anomalies, which is defined as data inconsistency that results from data redundancy and a partial update. We can reduce data anomalies by normalizing our database. Normalization is the process of splitting relations into well-structured relations that allow users to insert, delete, and update tuples without introducing database inconsistencies. Without normalization, many problems can occur when trying to load an integrated conceptual model into the database management system, also known as DBMS. These problems arise from relations that are generated directly from views are called anomalies. There are three types of anomalies: update, deletion and insertion anomalies. In our case or orders, we have duplicated supplier names. If Spacetime Technologies were to change their name to Spacetime LLC, the current database structure would require us to change every order having the name of Spacetime Technologies. This is not realistic. So, for our example, we are going to extract Spacetime Technologies from our order table and only keep the supplier ID in the order table. To do this, we can create a new table for suppliers. From the Create menu item, we select the Table Design ribbon item. We want two fields in this table. The first is Supplier ID, and the second, Supplier Name. We will set the Supplier ID as the primary key. Remember from our previous video, a primary key is a unique identifier for a database record. Each supplier has a unique ID field as seen in the Orders table. To define Supplier ID as a primary key, highlight the field and select the primary key icon in the ribbon of the Design menu item. Now, we need to save our table. Select File, Save, enter the table name. In this case, we will enter Suppliers, select OK. With the Suppliers table created, we can move the supplier data from our Orders table into our Suppliers table. We can do this by creating a new query. Select the Create menu item, then select Query Design. Access will prompt you for which table you want to query. Select the Orders table and click the Add button. Once in Query Design, you can see there are different types of queries we can perform. We can select, make table, append, update, cross-tab, or delete. There are more, but these are good examples. We want to append data from the Orders table into the Suppliers table. Specifically, we want to append the supplier ID and the supplier name into Suppliers table. Select the Append Query ribbon. You are now prompted to enter which table you want to append data into. Select the Suppliers table, select OK. Select the fields from the Orders table to append into Suppliers table. Supplier ID and supplier name. Because we already have fields in suppliers called supplier ID and supplier name, the system automatically populates these fields for you. This is where we caution you: if you were to preview your data, you will see we still have multiple records with the same supplier name. We want to populate unique values, meaning, we only want one supplier record for each supplier name. To do this, from the Query Design view, we select the Totals icon. This groups the data by unique value. Notice now that we only have one record for each supplier. Now that this data looks good, we can run, or execute, the query. From Design View, select the Run icon from the menu item. This is yet another chance to validate the data. We are expecting 8 records to be populated and the system confirms this. Select OK if your record number is what you expect. To validate your data is in your suppliers table. Simply double-click the suppliers table. To complete the normalization of supplier data, we want to remove the supplier column from the order table. Note, you only want to remove the supplier name, not the supplier ID. The supplier ID will allow us to relate back to the supplier table, which we will demonstrate in another video for creating queries. Let's repeat this process for items because we have multiple items in our orders table. Remember, to do this, create a new table for items. Create 2 columns. Item number and item description. Set the item number as a primary key. Save the table as items. Now, create a new query. Select the orders table and click Add. Then close the Show Table dialog. Click the Append ribbon icon, select the items table from the drop-down, select OK. Select the 2 fields, item number, item description. Do not forget, select the totals icon from the ribbon to select only unique values. Preview your data. Note, the combination of item number and item description are unique, even though description may be the same. We will address this later. Go back into the design view and run your append query. Confirm the number or records and all looks well, select OK. Validate your data by double-clicking your items table. Because we want to avoid confusion, we will update the descriptions of items so they are more descriptive and unique. For demonstration purposes we will update through the table view. Now, remove the item description field from the orders table, but be sure to keep the item number field so we can relate back to the item table. We have another video that will demonstrate creating queries to relate your tables together. Please watch our other videos in the series for more information on working with Access. Thank you for watching.